Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another episode of Tsukihime. When we last left off, Sachin promised us that she would strive to become a great vampire, I believe were her words, were something similar to that. But, well, let's see how that's going to turn out, shall we? 3. Inversion Impulse 3. A hot summer day, a blue sky and large columns of summer clouds, the wafting breeze, the droning voice of the cicadas, the voice of the cicadas. Chirp, 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 chirp. So loud, I want to die. Cicada shells are lying in the clearing, as if the sun is right by my side. The clearing is roasting. A hot midsummer's day, as if the entire world became a frying pan. Wah, wah. I'll do it that one time. Wah, wah. Yeah, blah blah blah. I'm not gonna make a crying noise. Akiha is crying. A child lies collapsed at her feet. And that time I did remember it was crying and not the droning of the cicadas. So there is that. His white shirt is painted red with blood, and he doesn't move at all. I'm looking down at that. My hands are red, just like that of the child on the ground. No, that's not it. These hands are red with the blood of that child. Akiha, the adults are coming. What in the... The adults take Akiha away. The child lies there, dead. Alone by myself, the adults press the hands which killed the child to the ground. Did you kill him? The adults are yelling at me. They shout my name, the one who killed the child. These 2 syllables, shouting as if they went crazy. Just those 2 syllables. Those adults called me Shiki, as my hands are stained in red. Shiki-sama, if you do not get up now, you shall be late. Please wake up. Hearing my own name called, I awaken from a deep dream. It's weird. Sorry, my phone, which I'm using as a timer, just did a weird thing when I checked the time. Oh well. Hisui. Yes. Good morning, Shiki-sama. Hisui bows deeply. Autumn sunlight shines through the window. This is unmistakably my room. Hisui. Shiki-sama, are you feeling unwell? No, I'm fine. I just had a terribly nostalgic dream, but I can't remember the details that well. Who was it? I can't remember. Hisui tilts her head slightly. Well, there's no point in telling Hisui. The dream. What kind of dream was it? A dazzling white, bright enough to bring tears to my eyes, and furiously gushing spots of red. Something like an inauspicious dream. Shiki. Yes. What is it, Shiki-sama? It's nothing. I'm sorry. I'll go to the dining room. I'll go straight to the dining room. With a nod, Hisui walks to the door. Clang, clang, clang. Hisui's footsteps are louder than usual. Just as she is about to leave the room, she turns back. Shiki-sama, forgive me for asking. What time did you return last night? Yesterday, quite late at night. Shiki-sama, you said you would return. Your return would be at 4 o'clock. I assume the schedule changed? I remember. Yesterday morning, I told Hisui that she should expect me at 4. I'm sorry. Things happened, and I didn't make it back. I will be prompt from now on, so it would be great if you could overlook it this time. No, it is not necessary for you to say such a thing, Shiki-sama. It is only the duty of us servants to work in accordance with the schedules of our masters. However, I humbly request that you at least contact us. Whatever the circumstances, you should still be able to let us know. You're right. Sorry. I'll keep my promise from now on. I understand. Then please excuse me. That was rare. Hisui seemed pretty angry. She's always so expressionless. It seemed she gets angry. It seemed she gets extremely angry when she does get angry. As if I did something really terrible. Well then, time to get up. Pulling away the sheets, I get up. At that time, my body aches terribly. The pain, it's not from the gash in my shoulder. It's from a much deeper place, aching with my heartbeat. Clenching the sheets, I somehow weather the pain. It fades away. There's nothing lingering. Perhaps just a sudden fit? Chest wound. I touch my chest over my cloth. It is supposed to be closed, probably. There is a great scar there. Even now that it is healed, at times it still hurts like it did just now. The doctor said the physical wound is healed, but the mind must be replaying the pain over and over again. Usually, the scar begins throbbing after I see a traffic accident or something dead. How often do you see something dead that's a thought? Whatever. The image of blood or death must make me recall the accident 8 years ago. As of last night, I guess. The red back alley, and the normal, smiling face of Yumizuka. My chest hurts. The image of Yumizuka does not leave my mind. But I don't know what I should do, what I can do. I can only live my everyday life. Shit. I swear at myself. I roll out of bed. After changing out of my pajamas and into my school uniform, I head to the sitting room. Hisui and Akiha are in the sitting room. Kohaku-san is probably in the kitchen cooking my breakfast. Good morning, Nissan. Sitting on the sofa, Akiha greets me and looks at my expression. Morning. I'm sorry about yesterday. Returning her greeting, I head to the dining room. There really isn't that much time for me to stay and chat with Akiha, and I don't really feel like talking to anyone at all. Nissan, I would like to speak to you a little. Is that all right? All right. But please make it short since I don't have much time. I sit on the sofa across from her. Continuing last night's talk, Nissan, what were you doing yesterday? Akiha asks me with a direct stare. Nothing. Just went for a walk in town. I'm sorry for getting back late, but it's no big deal. Since I don't want to lie to Akiha, I answer as evasively as possible. Just walking the streets is something. You're still a minor, so please do not wander out late at night. Even if you weren't, there have been a lot of disturbances going on. And, disturbances. The killers skulking around the town at night. It's, I don't know, it seems like she doesn't exactly remember what happened last night. Or maybe, I don't know, maybe I'm just reading too much into this conversation. Why? Why didn't I realize the killer that murders people and drinks their blood? That phrase perfectly matches Yumizuka's behavior yesterday. I shouldn't have to say this, but you shouldn't strain your body. If you came back with an exhausted face like last night's again, I'll get worried. Or maybe it's just that she doesn't think the injuries from last night are that severe, which is Very possible, and she just doesn't think much. I don't know. Yeah, that actually makes sense, especially going by with what she said last night, that they weren't serious. Okay, never mind. This makes sense. I'm dumb. If you're in trouble, please let me know. I may not be able to do much, but if you could... I don't want to think about it, but Yumizuka. Yumizuka could be the killer terrorizing the town. Nissan, are you listening to me? Yeah, I'm listening. I hear Akiha's voice, but the only thing in my mind is the image of Yumizuka from yesterday. Akiha glances at me. So, you can't talk about your situation, Nissan? Yeah. It has nothing to do with you, Akiha. Right now, I can only think of Yumizuka. I want to be alone, and so I said that. You're going to keep going out on your own, is that what you're saying, Nissan? I understand. Well, please, feel free. If that's what you want, Nissan, I'll do the same. That sounds like a hell of a threat. Akiha stands and walks out to the lobby. Shiki-sama, is this acceptable? Acceptable? Is what acceptable? I believe Akiha-sama is deeply concerned about you, Shiki-sama, but I think it is difficult for her since she does not often talk about her feelings. I know. But you're right. But right now, my head's full and I can't... I do feel sorry. Hisui falls silent. Shiki-san, breakfast. Kohaku-san's voice can be heard from the dining room. I stand up and head towards it. Shiki-sama, around what time would you be returning today? Since today's Saturday, no. It'll probably be in the evening. There's something I want to look for. I understand. Please make sure to take care until then. She bows deeply. After Hisui sees me off, I leave the mansion. There was no point coming to school. Yumizuka Satsuki was treated as an absentee, and no one seemed to be the slightest bit concerned about her. Time passed without my realizing it. Perhaps Arihiko or Ciel Senpai came by sometime, but I don't really remember. Noon comes and school ends. I have no idea. But I still have to look for Yumizuka. Let's see. We can search for Yumizuka, search around the school, or search around the city. Well, I mean, in a way, these are all kind of the same thing. But let's see. Let's search for Yumizuka. That sounds fun. Nice slideshow you got there. What is yeah, nice slideshow. The sun sets. Even after running everywhere in town, there's no sign of Yumizuka Satsuki anywhere. Ugh. I bite my lip angrily. But it's not an anger over not finding her. 2 days ago, I'm mad at myself for promising such a thing in the first place. Help me when I'm in a pinch, okay? Yumizuka said that, and I answered lightheartedly. I would help as much as I could. Such an irresponsible answer. There's really nothing I can do. She said it hurt. I can't even find Yumizuka, painfully suffering in the cold darkness. The sun is setting. I don't want to admit it, but maybe I can only find Yumizuka after nightfall. I told Hisui I'd be back in the evening. Perhaps it's too early. I'll go back to the mansion and calmly think this through. Welcome home, Shiki-sama. I'm back. Hisui, where's Akiha? Akiha-sama has remained at school for certain formalities. Since she shall be late, we are having supper first. Certain formalities, huh? Akiha's school probably has a lot of formalities, as it is a top-tier school for young ladies. I'll go wait in my room until supper time, and I'll head down when it's ready. Yes. Please rest until I call you. I turned my back to the bowing Natsuki. God, I don't know why I have that on my mind. To the bowing Hisui, and walked towards my room. After supper, I sit down on my bed. The clock's hand shows 9 o'clock. Since leaving the mansion after 8 is forbidden, I cannot go outside any longer. But that's merely a rule. If I feel like it, I can easily go outside. Yeah, rules are made to be broken and all that, and you deserve to be slapped, and yada yada yada. Bye-bye. See you at school tomorrow, Tono-kun. This is an interesting choice. So here's what's going to happen. I'm not sure exactly what I'm going to do, but this is my intention at the moment. If you choose the first option to go look for Yumizuka, things progress as normal, and that's how that's how the story goes. That's what you're supposed to do. If you choose not to go look for her, then, well, you get a flag, and things continue as normal for a bit, and then you get into a bad end. However, if my memory is correct, and it might not be, that's very, very possible that it's not. I don't remember, lots of things. But choosing this will lead us to a bad end eventually, and I don't know what I'm going to try to do, and if I feel like it, because I would like to show it, is I might go back later when we get to after a certain point, and just kind of go through and then record the scene to not look for her, and then the scenes for the bad end. I'm not sure. We'll just have to see how things are going to go. I really don't know, and it's just a thought. So, it is what it is. So it will be what it will be. It is what it is. What happens, and so on and so forth. And really, if it's... I don't remember this bad end, and that's probably because I decided not to do this whenever I last played this, because I find those bad ends to be horribly annoying, because the scene to go look for her is much more interesting, and, I'm fine with reading this. I mean, I've read this before. It's just... I'm fine with reading both, rather. It's just... in terms of recording and whatnot, and having to repeat scenes and go through things, especially since you'll go through scenes that are very similar but not the same, I'm unsure on what I want to do, and I will decide later. But for now, we're just going to go look for Yumizuka. I just can't let her be. I know that looking for Yumizuka is dangerous. No matter what her reason is, she did kill that many people. But I can't let it go. That way home in the sunset, I can't forget the last words she said. I'll go. Obsessing over it won't do any good. I change clothes and slip my knife into my pocket. I tiptoe out the mansion so as not to wake Akiha and the others. The lights in the lobby are out. It's a dark, lonely place, perfect for a secret departure. Creak, creak. I go down the stairs, which only creak when they shouldn't, and walk quietly to the door. You know what you could do is just take the rail. Just slide down like a cartoon. And, Nissan, you're going out at this hour? Already in the lobby, Akiha speaks quietly. Akiha, so you got back, huh? Yes, a little while ago. But anyway, what are you doing, Nissan? You changed your clothes, so it appears you are going out. Akiha gazes intently at me. It's not a look of blame. She is merely gazing at me uneasily. You're going to go out and get hurt again like last night, aren't you, Nissan? I'm sorry. A friend of mine is in trouble. I can't let it go. I see. I'm sure you're going to go even if I stop you, Nissan. Yeah, but I won't do anything dangerous. I'm just going to check it out a bit. I'm sorry to cause trouble like this when I've only just come home. Saying so, I begin to walk out. A soft voice comes from behind me. Nissan. A weak voice, so unlike Akiha's usual tone. It's just like her voice from 8 years ago, tinged with unease. Akiha. You'll come back, won't you? Akiha's weak, vulnerable face. It has none of its earlier coldness, but like Akiha's childhood face, it's close to tears. What are you talking about? I'm only going out for a moment. You shouldn't make a face like that. I know, but it's okay. I'll come right back. I'm sorry, Akiha. I've always been causing you trouble. Nissan. Ignoring Akiha's voice behind me, I leave the mansion. And I walk away. Goddamn rogues. Outside, a moonlit night. Perhaps because I saw Akiha's unsettled expression. I don't know what it is about recording, but every time I'm sitting here, and it's no other time, really, when I'm sitting here, my knee just pops every time I move it around. And I guess it's because I tend to bounce my foot when I'm sitting, and I'm not doing that while recording because it picks up on the microphone because it's rocking, the thing that I'm sitting at, rocks my chair, rocks my microphone, and is very, very annoying. So I don't know. It could just be because of that. I don't know. It's weird. For some reason, I feel I may never return here. That's a weird comment. Don't foreshadow at me, Shiki. I think we're going to end off with Shiki foreshadowing at us. Son of a bitch. Don't say you may never return here. The game isn't going to end that easily. The story isn't going to be that simple. Duh. Man, I hate it when things foreshadow at me. It makes me paranoid about what's going to come up next. But anyway, again, as I said, this is where I'm going to end the episode, I think. And next time, will we see the result of Shiki being a dick and foreshadowing at us? Who knows? Will we find Satsuki? Who knows? Well, I know, actually. But you all can find out maybe next time. Maybe the time after that. But soon. But, well, I hope to see you all there.